All right, I'm here with Todd Goldfinger. He is former producer of Elisa Jordana's podcast. We are conducting the exit interview today. How are you doing, Todd?
Very well, my friend. Thank you. It's wonderful to be here.
Well, let's get started. Exactly where are you from? Well, loosely, whatever you want to give us. Whereabouts are you from?
Okay, so I'm from Upper Westchester, on the border of Westchester and Putnam County. Is where I'm from, and it's like 1 hour north of Manhattan. So if you know, it's not really. I don't know if it'd be fair to call it upstate New York, but it's 1 hour upstate. So and that's where I'm from originally. I guess long
All right.
story short, I could go into my history a little bit about music and all that, but I went to
Oh yeah,
Sidney
we'll
Purchase.
do that. Okay, exactly what did you do in Westchester? What kind of work did you do? As far as were you in the entertainment industry?
So basically, my story is that when I was 7 or 8 years old, I wanted to be just like David Letterman. And then when I was 9 or 10, my dad introduced me to the Channel 9 show, Howard Stern. And this is when I became a really big Stern fan. And that's how I became, let's say, also a fan of Elisa Jordana. And to see her on the show, for 6 years, things like that, was very, very impressive to me to get to meet someone like this.
Okay, so how did you become aware of the Elisa job opening?
So Peter Laska, who I was friends with a long time ago, um, Johnson City, Tennessee, I guess, way back in the day, and he told me that Elisa Jordana is looking for someone to be personal assistant. And I watched the show and I saw her crying at the rodeo, and I said, I have to help this person. So that's why I flew down to West Palm Beach and spent a month, one beautiful month here on the show.
Do you remember your first show? How did that go?
I remember the first show a little bit, like with the umbrella and being at the restaurant there, um, and yeah, actually on that first day I met my roommates.
And are you back in
Kismet,
Westchester now, or?
cosmically.
All right. So as producer, what kind of segments were you instrumental into bringing to the viewers?
Okay, so I think the term producer is kind of like a loose term, but like what I would do is I would maybe make sure that Duran was there, make sure that Donald was there, um, make sure that everything worked out well. And that was my job as producer, was just to make sure things behind the scenes were going well. And I wasn't going to beat my chest or anything like that. I wasn't going to be like that. So the point of the story is this: I just want to do a good job and be like a silent producer. Like a bass player, like a supportive role in the band.
How do you think Elisa was as a communicator to you as the producer?
Quite good. Uh,
Did she
most of the
ever
times,
leave
yeah,
you
I would say.
hanging or try to blame you for something?
I know that I was blamed for a lot of things, but like I can accept that. I don't take it personal, and it's like water off a duck's back. Anyway, the point of the story is this: very happy to be a part of the show. Very very blessed. I mean, I thank all the toddlers, everybody who's watching. You know, I love everybody who's watching, especially the people who are watching.
What did you think
They get
about
so involved in
Donald?
the show. It impresses me. It's like I'm so blown away by that. It's incredible. It's like addictive television.
What did you think about Donald?
What did I think about Donald? Donald Donald needs to get his act together. That's what I think. I think he needs to clean himself up a bit and walk the straight and narrow. And we can be in touch again soon if he is. I mean, I'm going to talk to him anyway. I'm not. I'm not going to be completely out of the people's lives. You know, I don't think so. I mean,
What about Duran?
okay, Duran. Duran is a complicated character because he has all this memorabilia which I find very objectionable. So like this objectionable stuff, I tried to separate it from him, but recently there was um, something happened, and like I didn't feel very comfortable hanging out with him anymore. Um, so it's okay, but I love the guy. He was a great friend.
So was it the appearance in his house where he had like the Holocaust items and stuff like that? Is that what caused the rift, or was it something else?
It was something else that I don't really want to talk about on the air.
All right,
Well,
that's
he said he
fine.
yelled out something at somebody when we were walking. No, 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 no. Listen, he yelled out something at somebody when we were walking, and I walked away. Like that was like where I had the line.
Was it like a sexist comment or something, or?
All right, it was a racial comment. It was something racial, and that was not okay in my book.
Um, what about Nana Pips? Now, it seemed like you guys did a podcast together, and then it seemed like she just kind of disappeared after that. Do you want to comment on that night, or what you think about her?
Yeah. So what happened with Nana Peeps, I'll tell you, is that I think she's fantastic. I love her and her brother. I think they're great. What happened was she started to read the chat, and then she went on the Discord, and she was reading what all the trolls were writing and this and that, and it was too much for her. And I just left because she she couldn't understand what was going on, all this drama. So it was just too much for her, and I left because I didn't want to deal with the Discord drama, and all that stuff or whatever was going on there. Love you guys, but like it can get pretty messy sometimes. So, um, I guess the point of the story is that like we're just not working together anymore, and for whatever it was worth, it was too much drama for her and them. So, who wants drama? Who needs that stuff in their life? So I can understand a bit of their perspective as well. I was threatened by him.
Was it um, was it because he came out and was like bossing you around, and maybe Elisa just let it go on and was like he's the producer, listen to him? Or I
It
mean,
was it was
would
a
you?
lot of like power control, guilt, shame. What else? Toxicity. Anyway, I don't talk to some of these people anymore.
So the last time we saw you on the show, I believe, is when you abandoned her and Jadis pulled up. Is that right?
I didn't abandon her. She drove off. She could have come in, but she was afraid that everybody was conspiring against her. She was having paranoia.
Okay, so you did not abandon her. It's a misunderstanding.
She drove off.
She drove off.
Yes. Sorry.
She actually abandoned you as the person trying to
Right.
help. Okay, was that the last
Exactly.
time you saw her?
No.
How did you part ways? Did something happen, or did you? I mean, it sounds like you were planning to go back to Westchester anyway, right? After a month.
Right. Well, after a month, I thought this is a good chunk of time to be on the show and to do whatever needs to be done on the show as far as this is concerned. So I guess the point of the story is um, I'm very happy for the experience. I'm going to go up to Georgia. I'm going to be there for maybe 2 weeks, and then I'm going to decide what my next move is because I really want to make a docu series about my life and food and stuff like that. I hope that answered your question.
You're a graduate of her streamer academy, right?
I believe so.
Has that helped you in any way since you've gotten your degree?
Yes, she taught me how to fish. which means now I can make money on my own as a live streamer. I could earn a living as a live streamer on my own, potentially, if I want to do that, let's say.
Okay. Um,
And I'm very
give
grateful,
give
very thankful. Sorry.
give me your biggest complaint about the entire time you were on the show.
Um, to be the scapegoat, to always be the scapegoat is not a nice thing. But in business, sometimes there has to be a professional scapegoat. I just don't like getting blamed for every little thing. And that after a while, it's just like, why am I doing this? Anyway.
Can we get um, your most pleasant experience, the most rewarding
Well,
experience?
so some of the best moments on the Elisa Jordana live stream broadcast were the Corn Fest and also Dr. Miami, Tan Mom, and especially meeting Adam Barta. Great, great soul.
All
Fellow
right.
alumni to a SUNY Purchase.
So Todd, thank you for joining me today for the exit interview. And I wish you a very long, successful career in streaming.
Thank you, my brother.
All right. Have a
All the
good day.
best.
All right.
Thank you. Peace.